So we got the movie Fuze is an action-adventure thriller movie releasing at the end of April in cinemas just in time for bridging the gap of summer blockbuster movie season. I know it's weird. Usually summer to us starts in June, but I guess for the movie industry it starts in the beginning of May. I still don't know why. I just think it's really weird. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually walked into this movie 10 minutes late because I generally thought it was gonna be some generic weekend action flick that was playing in theaters. I was like, alright, well, I just saw the poster and I don't watch trailers when I watch movies, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go because it's the shortest thing. It's fine, it's feasible, and I actually walked out pretty entertained, and that's why I'm actually doing this review. Easily making it the list of top 10 best movies of the year. Although to be very honest with you, this year hasn't been the best in the beginning for movies, but that changes with the second half. But begs the question: will the bomb be defused? Will the heist get the diamonds they rightfully deserve? Will the cops catch on? Find out as we talk about it. The characters and the cast. I initially got into this movie because I saw a poster, right? But then I saw one of the guys, Theo James. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, it should, because he was in the amazing series Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant. We're still waiting for the final book to be released in movie theaters, although this past weekend, I think it was last weekend or this weekend, the author created a duology where Trish chooses other than abnegation or something like that. That was a little bit of a tangent, but just letting you know. But the movie actually packs surprisingly deep, likable cast, including Aaron Taylor Johnson, which is Craven, and Sam Worthington. That's why I think I'm like, oh wow, these are B-list action stars. I mean, they're not A tier, I don't think, but they're still amazing together to see them, you know, play around in the sandfield and stuff. It's brilliant because there's a lot of plot points that are happening at the exact same time, right? So on the one side, you have the World War II bomb that they found. The army's trying to like defuse it and stuff, right? It's in London. So all the vacancy or the people around it, they like leave to go to the park, right? Because they're like, hey, you know, this could be dangerous. We need to have time to defuse it, right? But then on the other hand, you have this bank robbery planned heist, I guess, and they're not following the rules because the cops are like driving and stuff like, hey, you know, we have heat signatures. What's going on? You know, so I mean, I walked in 10 minutes late, but then you're probably thinking, oh, it's planned. What do these have in common, right? What's the point of having them like do this at the same time, right? So the movie cuts between the cast, the bomb, the heat signatures, and trying to find out what it is going on in terms of the synergy or connection, if they do have any at all, if at all. The vibe and the storytelling. If you're looking for a non-stop hand-to-hand combat, this isn't exactly the kind of movie. Yes, there's some action sequences and some shooting stuff, but the thrill of Fuze comes from the intrigue, the dialogue, and the heartfelt pump of, can these guys get away? You know, how many twists and turns does the movie make? It's a pure race against the clock. The tension between getting the diamonds and not getting caught, and the World War II bomb is what drives the pacing. It's awesome to see all these moving parts work well together and work as the clock ticks down in terms of how are they gonna get caught? Are they gonna get away? How are they gonna get away? You know, are they gonna change the vehicles and stuff? And what do they have in common? Because you're probably thinking, you know, oh, these guys came into the house and the guy gave him the key so he can go with papers and stuff, right? So you're probably thinking, damn, like there's so many layers and twists and turns. And I was like, wow, dude, this is a great movie to see on a Saturday after a beautiful day, after a workout in the cinemas. And I was there, I was like, dude, I'm having entertainment right now. It's really good. The psychology of the heights. You know me, right? I'm a psychology dropout. I love breaking down teen dynamics, relationships, connections, all that kind of stuff, right? But I was not prepared for the twists and turns and the sheer volume of layers of betrayal in this movie. Fuze brilliantly tricks you into thinking one team is separate from the main, right? There's no like other stuff, because I told you, I thought this was just gonna be some bank robbery, like army style, whatever, right? Heist and stuff. But I wasn't prepared to see that it's actually pretty well done, and it keeps you on your toes in terms of saying, wow, like I can't believe that happened, or that's pretty cool that happened, and completely pulls the rug underneath you to reveal the real villains or the real synergies or the alliances, right? And I'm trying to like dance around spoilers right now, because if I were in a different world, right, Jess would have this, right? You would need a team that has different attributes and abilities to work well together to pull off attack, to pull off a heist like this, you know, to perfectly get the job done. So I really liked it because it keeps you guessing. It keeps you like thinking, oh my god, like, you know, like, get away with the diamonds. I can't believe they're doing that, you know? So it's pretty cool. Watching this in cinemas. The ending explained without spoilers. So at the end of the movie, right, it flashes back to 10 years earlier, which I absolutely loved. I'm like, how the hell did these people meet up, or how did they do like this heist and stuff? Like, who planned this and stuff, right? And when it goes back to the flashback of the 10 years, right, you see nuances of the characters that happen. You know, one of the guys is like, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. I'm not gonna say who it is, but, and he says that in the present day, and then he goes back, listen to me, and then then you see this unlikely alliance is the best thing. This unlikely deadly alliance, no pun intended, with Mortal Kombat, the video game for PS2. So you see them, how they met and how they worked together, and then just because of that life or death situation that happened 10 years ago, they're doing this. And I'm like, dude, it's a bunch of money, the diamonds, and it's like, who's cheating who? I'm like, dude, like, I absolutely love the ending, because usually with endings, and no spoilers, some people die, so one person lives, they get caught, or they get exiled, you know? But this movie ending is so satisfying. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. The final grade, I'm gonna give this movie a solid B. Great cast, solid intrigue, great execution, and great time for the weekend in cinemas watching it. And I saw it on a Saturday night, so I felt good. Yeah, this is a great B-class movie. This is like a popcorn flick. It's beautiful. At the end of the day, I appreciate you so much for sticking around. Consider hitting that like button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. With that, take care. Bye.